kept me alive all of these years. Through adversity, through abuse, through bullying, two things. One of them, like I said, is the ability to make art and just be able to get those feelings out somehow. The other is a magical thing that took place in the greatest year of all of human history. You guys might not know this. The greatest year of all human history was 1984. Or maybe just for me. 1984, when I was 17 years old, I finally was at the end of my rope, and I made a choice that instead of ending my life, I would just get the fuck out of that stupid town that I lived in. So I ran away from home and I went to a magical land called New York City. And in New York City, I found myself in places remarkably similar to this one. Surrounded by people remarkably similar to you guys. And that is when I found my tribe. That is when I stopped living in a society surrounded by people for whom I was a joke. People who did not want to accept the way I dressed, or the music that I liked, or the fact that I wore jewelry and makeup, that presumably was like women's stuff. All of these different things that made me a social pariah in that town vaporized when I went to a place, a cosmopolitan city, if you will, where those kinds of things are celebrated. They're not only tolerated, they're celebrated. And finding a community of my own, I can tell you right now that if you're living in a place where people don't want to call you the name you wish to be called, where the way you dress or your lifestyle is the punchline to every single joke, take it from me when I say you must find your way out of that place. Because you will never, ever, and these are harsh words, but they're true, you will never, ever succeed in that place. Because it is impossible to succeed when you're too busy trying to survive. You need to go to a place kind of like this one. Everybody in here is into something different. There are people in here who are into goth. There are people in here who are into heavy metal, people who are into punk, people who are into anime. There's even some furries. I feel bad for them tonight because it's hot as fuck in here. But we love you exactly the way you are. We love you, whatever weird fucking thing that you're passionate about, we think that's awesome. And we celebrate you. And I only have one line. That line is, if you're not hurting anybody else, live your life, be your authentic self, dress however the fuck you want to dress. You're not hurting anybody. You have every right to be you. Now, a lot of people still don't know that. And when I walk down the streets, even in New York City, sometimes I'll get some jugheads come up to me. They're usually from New Jersey. And they'll say shit like, "Nice costume, Dracula." But before feeling the acceptance, the love, and the respect that I feel in communities like this one, I was very insecure and I would react very negatively. But not anymore. Because now I have so much more confidence in myself. Now when someone says, "Nice costume, Dracula," I say, "Why, thank you." I put this little number together myself. It shouldn't come as any surprise to you because after all, I was raised by bats. In this steeple made of chrome, above a city of steel, I've chosen bats over people, 'cause I never did like the way humans make me feel. So we sleep all day and we rise at night, and we spread our wings and take into the sky. And the people all stop and stare, say, "Why you gotta be like that?" Just look them in the eye and tell them I was raised by bats. When I was young, I was feeble, and it stung. When they pushed me down, I was so hated by these people, and I knew I to do what I could to get out of that town. So I ran away from this sacred place and was taken in by creatures of the night. That's you. Stop and stare. Why you gotta dress like that? Just look them in the eye and tell them, fuck you, I'm a cosplayer. This is my gothic Doctor Strange. And I was raised by bats. When the people all stop and stare, say, why you gotta be like that? Just look them in the eye and tell them I was raised by bats. Those dark days seem far away. I've risen to a better place. So do like me, follow my backs. So we sleep all day and we rise at night and we spread our wings and take into the skies. We do it all our way, live our lives like that. There's no one here to fill our heads with lies like in New Jersey. And when people all stop and stare and say, why you gotta be like that? When the people all stop and stare and say, why you gotta dress like that? When the people all stop and stare and say, why you gotta be like that? I just punch them in the eye, bite them in the thigh, and kick them in the ass where the sun don't shine. And look them in the eye and tell them I was raised by bats. Just look them in the eye and tell them I was raised by bats. I was raised by bats. I was raised by bats. Coming out tonight. I am extremely happy to be here, but I am sad about one little thing. I'm sad that this is the penultimate night of the Concourse being open. So I don't know if you know that, but this club, where this has been my home, in Knoxville for the last few years, and they are closing. Tomorrow is the very, very last night here. It is such an honor to have been able to have played here one last time. I want you to know that this is a building, this is a structure, and we may never come here again. But this structure is really just a material thing. I've been coming to Knoxville for many years because the fellow behind the Concourse and all of his friends and family and community is a gentleman by the name of Jay Harris. And his party is called Temple. It is what I would call the best local goth party. Now, I was playing at Temple before this venue stood here, and I will be playing at Temple again once this venue is a Spirit Halloween. I'm not going to lie, I will probably also come here to the Spirit Halloween. So, I just want to raise a glass, a toast to Jay. Thank you for having me all these years. I look forward to working with you many more years. And more importantly, may Temple live forever and ever.
Hooray!
More hip hip!
Hooray!
Chuck!
Chuck! Chuck!